X-Men Days of Future Past was my most anticipated movie of this whole year, so let's get straight to the review. So when I first heard that they were making a Days of Future Past movie, I was totally excited. I was so excited because this was one of my favorite storylines in the comics, only bested by the Phoenix Saga, which is by far the best, but they kind of screwed that over in The Last Stand. But since this movie, writes over all those, they could now make another Phoenix Saga movie, which is much better than the actual Phoenix Saga movie. So basically, the way the movie starts out is it's like 50 years in the future from present day, so like 2064, around then, and basically the Sentinels are killing all the humans, or all the mutants, and all the humans that help the mutants. So their task, the mutants are trying to go back in time to reverse the course of events that led to this apocalypse. So they are sending Wolverine back in time because he's the only one whose whose body can withstand that, because he can do the super regeneration thing. So his body is the only one who can withstand all that tearing apart of tissues and all that stuff. So that's the reason they send him back, and it's another reason to have more Wolverine in an X-Men movie. More Wolverine, is that a good thing in this X-Men movie? Yes. Hugh Jackman kills it as Wolverine. He's always good as Wolverine, and he just kills it in this. And Wolverine is awesome. He's badass. He's with the bone claws because he hasn't met Stryker yet. And you meet Xavier and Magneto, who are awesome, like Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy. They're just amazing. It felt a bit weird to me as Wolverine goes to Xavier's house and it's all damaged and there's nobody there at the school anymore, and it's only Hank and Xavier living in, and they treat Wolverine like they've never met him before. But the thing is, they haven't met him before. This is the first time they're meeting him, and it's 1973. So, no, then it'd be 2023. Yeah, that. Okay, so then they just don't know Wolverine, so it just felt a bit weird to me because they're treating him like a stranger, which at that time, first meeting him, he would have still been a stranger. We need to break Magneto out of the Pentagon because he was framed for killing the president, JFK, because they're oh, the bullet curved, so apparently it had to be him. So yeah, they break him out, and to break him out they need another badass, and his name is Quicksilver. Quicksilver is so badass. Badass cannot describe how badass he is. So he's like the Marvel version of Flash, except he's this teenage boy right now. So there's this one scene in the kitchen, spinning around and around. He goes, touches a man's cheek, and it ripples across his face, and then he goes and changes his guy so that he's this, and then he moves these guys' guns towards himself so they knock each other out, and then he throws a plate at somebody, which is happening at super fast speeds, supersonic speeds, so it probably broke his rib cage. And he's also tweaking the bullets, just moving them this and this and this, which all looks really cool, and he's insane. He's so funny. is the most badass person in this movie, no doubt about it. He steals every scene he's in, but he's only in like the movie for like 20 minutes. So it's like Godzilla. He probably stole every scene he was in, but he was only in the movie for like 15 or 20 minutes. So Quicksilver Godzilla, yeah, is the best movie of this summer. Now, I haven't seen The Fault in Our Stars, but I don't really think that's gonna be the best movie of this summer. It might, but this could probably only be rivaled by The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is also gonna be insane. This movie is just like building that hope up for Xavier, because he's like taking this like special serum that like Hank made, because Hank's super smart, and he's taking this special serum which lets him walk, but he doesn't have his mind powers. And this is just because like Charles has given up on life. Raven Mystique has like left, and she is the key to the future, the apocalyptic future that they have. So they need to get Mystique to stop her from assassinating this one guy who's played by Peter Dinklage, or Lord Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, whose voice is awesome, and he's awesome even if he's like short. That's not a disadvantage for him, because he is still pretty badass, even if there's not much like action towards him. So basically he builds these sentinels, and that's what's been killing the world and mutants. So yeah, they need to stop Mystique from killing this dude, and Magneto takes stuff into his own hands and tries killing Mystique, because he's like, oh, if I kill Mystique, nobody's gonna kill Trask then. But stuff happens, as always, and stuff doesn't really go according to plan, which sucks, but it makes the movie a hell of a lot more entertaining. I would give the X-Men Days of Future Past a 10 out of 10, or maybe even 11 out of 10, because it was just so good. The music was good. Yeah, like at the beginning of the movie, it was like the same theme song for X2, which was good. The only thing I didn't like was that the music was by John Ottman and not Henry Jackman, and I think that Henry Jackman's X-Men First Class score was amazing, and I would have liked it to be by Henry Jackman or Alan Silvestri or somebody like that, but it was by John Ottman, who's actually, I don't think he's done that many movie scores, at least X-Men movie scores. So I didn't like that, but other than that, the movie was great. Great dialogue, great pacing, great writing. It also like it concentrated more on the past than the future, because that was where Wolverine was. It only showed like a bit of the future, like past, future, past, future. I liked that. I just thought it would be okay if they showed all past and no future, because it could have done without. And the movie is pretty long. It's over 2 hours, but it still is awesome. And the post-credits scene was like apocalypse, so I'm really pumped up for the X-Men Apocalypse movie, which is going to be insane, because Apocalypse was like the first mutant, and he was like building all the pyramids in the post-credits scene. So and Apocalypse, he's pretty OP, so I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's still going to be awesome if Bryan Singer directs it. Yeah. X-Men Days of Future Past, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Comment below. And yeah, I'll hopefully be doing more summer movie reviews soon when I go see some.